You can.
announcements. Just
Don't even have to pre-read them. You can take them if you want. Okay. Good. Idu et Adonai v'simcha v'lefanav pirnana. Idu et Adonai v'simcha v'lefanav. Oh, Idu et Adonai v'simcha v'lefanav pirnana. Idu et Adonai v'simcha v'lefanav. Oh, Idu et Adonai v'simcha v'lefanav pirnana. Idu et Adonai v'simcha v'lefanav. It's a melody that we're gonna work through it. It's a new one. I feel like we did it. Did we do that with Rebecca when she was here? No. I think maybe we did that one with Shabbat together. The young people maybe did that one. Ivdu et Adonai, celebrate God with joy. So it feels pretty good. It feels like joy is the right response right now because everything else feels big and hard. So let's lean into a little joy this evening. Shabbat shalom, everybody. I'm glad you're here. I feel like I sound maybe a little echoey.
I turned them down more so below 0.
Okay. All right. Well, they were here today. Well, my mom might already be asleep. It's been a long day. Okay, all right. I'll just do a little of that, and it'll be fine. We're going to pray and set some intentions and be present together. But first, I'm going to invite you to wish Shabbat Shalom to somebody you don't know or haven't seen in a little while or haven't gotten a chance to greet yet this evening. And introduce yourself if it's a new person who you don't know. Shabbat Shalom if you're watching at home. Glad you're here. Yeah. Yes. Good Shabbos. A good Shabbos to us all. Maybe that's a little better. Wonderful. Yay, new friends. Thank you, everybody. We're going to continue praying this evening with Yedid Nefesh, which you'll see on page 7. Yedid Nefesh Av HaRachaman. Yedid Nefesh Av HaRachaman. Meshoch Avdecha El Retzonecha. Meshoch Avdecha Yalai El Retzonecha. Yarutz Avdecha As we move to light the Shabbat candles, I invite you to take a moment to set an intention or visualize or meditate on the idea of sending out extra light into the world. That these Shabbat candles give us a moment of light, and we then can take that light and turn it to all. So I invite you to think of somebody you're sending light to this evening, or think of a group of people, or perhaps inward is where you need to send it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. I guess I don't need to walk around with a lighter. That's probably fine. Better to leave it where it came from. Will you sing with me more Psalms of Joy? Psalm 99 at the bottom of page 12. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'har kodsho. We're going to continue welcoming Shabbat with Lecha Dodi, our prayer for welcoming all of the parts of God and all the parts of ourselves to join together on Shabbat at this moment on page 14. Lecha Dodi, likra kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavla, lecha dodi, likra kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavla, shalom v'zachor v'dibor echad, ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shamo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litchila, lecha dodi, likra kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavla, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sov ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila, lecha dodi, likra kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavla, hitoreri, kiva orech kum yori, uri, shir daveri, kevod Adonai ayachnigla, lecha dodi, likra kala, b'nei Shabbat nekavla. We rise and face the door as we welcome God's presence in our midst. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam besimcha u'sahala, So one of the things that I've been sort of working on a little bit is thinking about what it would look like to re-envision our prayer book. It's like the very beginning stages. You all know that ideas are sort of popping into my head. So one of the things that I do when I'm thinking about a big idea is I run it by my chavruta, my study partner, Mark. Now Mark is, I'm sure I've talked about him before. I maybe even talked about him on the High Holidays. But he is my chavruta, my friend who started at HUC. He's a retired engineer, and after he retired, he decided he was going to go and get a master's degree in Jewish studies just because he wanted to do that. So he started at HUC my second year of school when I had just moved to Cincinnati, and we became study partners and have remained friends, and we study together once a week still, every Wednesday. It's an important part of my practice as a rabbi to study something. And I think, as you can imagine, so differently. He's an engineer, he's very structured, and I'm me, so you know how it goes. But one of the things we've been talking about a lot lately is, as I've been thinking about this prayer book project and what it would look like, is why we do the things we do and what order we do them in. And he said to me, sometimes I have the bandwidth to say all the Psalms and offer all the praise. And sometimes at Shabbat, I can't. So I say one. And then he offered me a few. He was like, here's the one I say when I don't have enough time or energy or whatever. And I found that really helpful because he's kind of like my rabbi, which he would refute because he's not a rabbi. But I find him he's so thoughtful in his Judaism and the way that he thinks about it. And so it was kind of a nice feeling to be like, oh, sometimes he also doesn't, sometimes you have to say the words and hope that the meaning will come later, and sometimes you have to say the meaning and hope the words will come later. So that gave me a good feeling. So as we're wrapping up this part of Shabbat services where we have sung some psalms and offered some praise, and I started with the intention of joy, if that's not what you're feeling right now, I totally understand, and I invite you to join Mark in the do it and see if something else comes later. So we're going to continue with Chatzi Kaddish, separating our parts of our service on the top of page 17. Yikadal v'kadash shemei Rabba ve'almad yivarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'chayedecho ve'Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv ve'imeru amin yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam u'lam me'omaya yibarach v'yishtabach v'pa'ar v'termam v'naseh v'tadar v'taleh v'talal shemei d'kudusha b'richu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran ve'oma ve'imeru amen. Please rise. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la la seated. We're at the bottom of page 20. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael Amcha ahavta Amcha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta, al ken Adonai Eloheinu v'shachvenu, u'kumenu nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach v'divrei toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, ve'orach yameinu, uvahav nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla, ve'ahavatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Baruch Shem kevod malchuto le'olam va'ed. Ve'ahavta on page 22. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom alevavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam veshivtecha bebeitecha uvelechtecha baderech uveshochbecha uvekumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot beineinecha uchtabtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem ekol mitzotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Larry, I have looked up the answer to your question about Emet. Is that okay? Thirsty. You good? We were talking about the word Amen and why it's in the prayer book and why we don't say the next prayer. I'm happy to explain it at another time, but I have some answers for you. We're going to continue with Micha Mocha, our Song of Freedom. We are leading up to the days of Passover. So I don't know about you, but I haven't even started thinking about cleaning my house. And yasher koach to you if you have, or if you're not going to, fine also. But it's I was writing an article today about Passover, and I was like, it's coming. So join us here for Second Seder on the 23rd. Sam Harris has a plane ticket. I saw the receipts, so it's possible my brother might even be here. And it's going to be a fun evening. Bring your families, and we'll join together in a little merriment and joy, celebrating a holiday of freedom. We're going to continue with our Song of Freedom on page 25. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha ne'eder b'kodesh, nora tehillah tosei feleh, nora tehillah tosei feleh. Malechutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'elianu ve'amru, ze'elianu ve'amaru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Ve'ne'emar kifat Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad hazak mimenu, baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. We are going to continue with Hashkivenu on page 26. Hashkivenu ya Eloheinu l'shalom. Hashkivenu ya Eloheinu l'shalom. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu ya Eloheinu l'shalom. Hashkivenu ya Eloheinu l'shalom. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu ya Eloheinu l'shalom. Hashkivenu ya Eloheinu l'shalom. I'm on the bottom of page 50. We do not even know how we are supposed to pray. All we can do is call for help because of the need of the moment. But what the soul intends is spiritual need, only we are not able to express what the soul means. That is why we do not merely ask God to hear our call for help, but also beg the one who knows what is hidden to hear the silent cry of the soul. Will you rise and join me? We are on the top of page 51. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melech, Melech Meimit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh u'shemcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalucha sela, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. I invite you to be seated. We're going to continue celebrating Shabbat. V'shamru is on page 55. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'darotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, La'asot et ha-Shabbat l'darotam berit olam. Beini ubein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, La'asot et ha-Shabbat l'darotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, La'asot et ha-Shabbat l'darotam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, La'asot et ha-Shabbat l'darotam berit olam. I invite you to take some time now to pray silently, the words on the pages, the prayers of your heart. You can stand or sit, and we'll join back together in a few moments. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. So I want to tell you about something really exciting that happened this week. Yesterday, I got a chance to sit down with some leaders from the group Standing Together. I don't know if you've heard about the group Standing Together. You may have, you may not have. I will tell you. Do not worry. So Standing Together is an organization in Israel led by Palestinian Israelis and Jewish Israelis, working towards what they think is the only way towards peace, which is like democratizing it, basically. And until this point, I don't know if you have been feeling this way, but I have been feeling pretty bleak and hopeless and like I really didn't see an end. And then I had this conversation with them, and it was a group of, it was like rabbis. They spoke at MSU and Wayne State, and I think at Michigan, in their Michigan tour. Then they spent an hour and a half with a group of us whoever was able to assemble themselves. And normally on Thursdays I do not work, but this felt important. It felt important to me personally to be there and to be able to share what I learned with all of you. And we asked them some tough questions. And one of the things that I noticed as they were answering these questions, and one of the things they said out loud was, we're not going to tell you what the solution is to how to do this. Is it a state? Is it a two-state? Is it a whatever? That's not their goal. Their goal is to end suffering and to make sure that everybody who needs it gets the help that they need. They run like a crisis line for people with trauma and PTSD. And I asked them kind of the question that I've been asking a lot of my colleagues lately, which is, we live in an area with the highest population of Middle Eastern folks outside of the Middle East. And we also have a huge percentage of Jews in this area. And we're seeing it again and again answered for us versus them. How are we gonna, and my question is like, can I have a conversation with somebody? How am I gonna do this? Because one of the things that they reminded us is that on the ground in Israel, things are different, right? They're looking at a different type of life. They're not having the space to have the conversations about, what is this called? Is it a this or a this? Are you a this or a this? Do you belong, insert whatever label, title, whatever here. Like, we're working to save lives. People are starving. And they reminded me of something that I know I knew, but I needed somebody else. Sometimes you know something, and then you need somebody else to say it out loud to remind you. The peace of the Palestinians and the peace of the Jewish Israelis and the Palestinian Israelis, Israeli citizens, are wrapped up together. Peace for one means peace for the other, and vice versa. And I'm not, and once again, I will continue to tell you this, I am not a global geopolitical expert. If I were, I would be doing something different than this job. But what I can tell you is that they talked a lot about seeing humanity in people, and then about how and then they were asked the question, like, okay, so you are there was a Palestinian woman, a Palestinian Israeli woman, and a Jewish Israeli man. Like, they clearly have different fundamental views on some certain things. How do you get past that? And they looked at us and they said, well, we put everything else down and we ask, do you agree that killing somebody innocent is not okay? Yes. We have something in common. Do you agree that people deserve justice and equality and freedom? Yes. We have something in common. Do you feel like you need to do something? Yes, we have something in common. Right? Those basic tenets. Like, do you believe that the government, that the war is not helping anything? Yes, we have something in common. Right? And from there, then they talked about the things that they were working on before the war started and the things that they've been working on since the war. They were working on in raising the minimum wage for everybody across the board in Israel, and it just passed like 4 days ago. Now, not what they wanted, but a start is a start. And I was just so, for the first time in months, felt like a little hopeful. I wanted to bring that hope with me today, because hearing from people who have had two clearly vastly different experiences with being in Israelis, like, what does it mean to be a Palestinian Israeli citizen? You get treated much differently than a Jewish Israeli citizen, it's just the truth. And what does it look like to be in a situation where the only way out is for the government to make different choices, and yet the government continues to make the same choice, and therefore, how do we stop feeling stuck? And I just was like, oh, okay. we're gonna be okay. Like, I felt that deeply when I met with them. And I was like, and they were like, listen, we don't have answers, but we do know how we can mobilize people and act. And if you go to Standing Together's website, for example, everything is in Hebrew, Arabic, and English, which, like, everything in Israel should be in Hebrew, Arabic, and English. That's what the languages people speak. But they're working really hard to help people who are feeling like there's got to be something better than this, because this isn't the answer. And I was like, okay. So I'm still, like, working my way through what I learned yesterday and still processing it, obviously, as I'm sort of doing some of that out loud with you all. But that piece of hope that there are people on the ground who are doing something, who see and believe in a different sort of experience in that part of the world, who are on the ground helping one another, passing out, like, there's all these videos going around today of Jewish folks passing out dates to people breaking their fast for Ramadan, right? Like a simple gesture of we live in the same space, right? The other thing that was said was, like, we have to acknowledge how deeply painful this is for everybody. And by not talking about it, or by not talking about the pain that everybody's experiencing, you can't move forward until you acknowledge that piece too. And first of all, these are like younger people, so I felt like, oh, future's gonna be okay. Thank God. And then I felt like, oh, there is a way that Israel can look different than it does now. And I felt it, like, for the first time, I felt a little lift, like a little movement. So I just wanted to bring that to all of you and share it with you. And I'm sure I'm going to keep talking about it for the next several weeks, so that's how I always, when I have a new discovery, that's what I always do. But I invite you to check out Standing Together if you're looking for a way to find a different lens. Look at the way that they've outlined their plans and the things that they think about what they're doing. I'm really excited about it, and I feel grateful and hopeful. So I hope I can share a tiny bit of that hope with you all, and you'll take it with you, and maybe you'll find a way to feel a little hopeful too. So I'm wishing you a Shabbat full of hope and a Shabbat full of peace. Shabbat shalom, everybody. I feel like if I'm going to talk about Israel, I should like give a warning or something. Like I feel like I should be like, hey, if you don't want to hear about this, don't come to services tonight. But you're here, and I'm grateful. So, we're going to take a moment now to think of all the people in our community and in our world who are in need of healing, of body and of mind and of spirit. This week we are thinking of Barbara Saul, Joel Ben Moshe, Joyce Holbrook, Janice Book, Mickey Berg, Sharon Burns, Tom Rutan, and Linda Tashbook. If there's anybody else you're thinking of this evening whose name you'd like to share with us, I invite you to either rise or raise your hand and share those names as we go around the room. And if you're at home, I invite you to say those names aloud of all the people you're thinking of, or write them in the chat. I love Lexi. Thanks, Jan.
Robert Bolton.
Ted.
Jerry Tatro, Jerry Kruger.
We hold all those people in our hearts as we turn to page 67 and join together. Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We're going to rise and join together for Aleinu, which is on page 74, if you would. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו ככם, וגורר עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. I invite you all to be seated, and except for Andy. Andy, will you come up and tell us what's happening? Everybody can sit down, but not Andy. Thank you. So much is happening. It's wonderful.
Shabbat Shalom. And go Tigers.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Yes, they did. They are now 6-1. Yay.
Amazing. We love that.
Oh, do I need?
Yeah, just one of them.
Oh, one? Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
All right. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and our members, I'd like to extend a special welcome to all of our congregants and anyone visiting us this evening. Welcome. Saturday, April 6th, that's tomorrow. The membership committee invites you to join them for a fun-filled game night for adults and kids. No charge. Games, snacks, and drinks will be provided, or you can bring your own. Registration closes at 10 o'clock tonight. Please go to our website, shirtikva.org, to register. April 13th is our next Tat Shabbat at 10 a.m. Join Rabbi Alicia and the family ed teachers to sing, pray, and play. April 13th, we also invite you to join us for a musical parody by Habeas Chorus Line, featuring our very own Michael Liebson. There are different price ranges. You can register online at our website, shirtikva.org. That's right. Mark your calendars for Sunday, April 14th, when we will continue Shir Tikva's long empty bowls tradition, raising awareness and funds to fight food insecurity in our community. The day will start at 10 o'clock a.m. with a presentation from Repair the World. Then, at about noon, we'll gather for a potluck meal of soup, salad, bread, and cookies. All proceeds will benefit Yad Ezra and CST's Soup Troop. Attendees will go home with a one-of-a-kind hand-decorated bowl. Look for opportunities to decorate bowls during the month of March. This wasn't updated, sorry. But I am working on a bowl myself, so we'll have one, and please bid on it and take it home with you. For more information and to register, go to our website, shirtikva.org. The second Seder at CST is Tuesday, April 23rd at 5 p.m. See our website for more information and to register. We are looking for people to sponsor ONEGs. If you are interested in sponsoring an ONEG, please contact Tessa Goldberg. Those are the announcements for tonight. Thank you for your attention. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Andy.
You are very welcome.
We love interactive announcements. It's the best. Maybe Andy should do our voicemails too. Like, hello, you've reached Shir Tikva. It's my voice now, but it's not as good as yours. All right, good deal. I really do hope you'll join us for Seder, all of these amazing events that we have going on. Oh, by the way, Shabbat, if you know a young person, or you're related to a young person, or you have a young person one generation away from you, or down the street, I don't know, don't take anybody's children, but bring them here. We have a very fun time. It's going to be great. We're going to join together now as we take a moment to remember all of the people who are no longer with us physically on this plane, but certainly stay with us spiritually and walk beside us as we move through the world. This week we are recalling the yartzites, the anniversary of the death of Eugene Morong, which is the brother of Carol Pastor. Sandra Johnson, mother of Kimberly Howson, Sandra Berlin, sister of Mickey Berg, Adam Brian Dems, son of Gary Dems and Jan Weiss Dems, and Harry Starr, father of Jim Starr. If there's anybody else you are remembering this evening whose name we'd like to share with our community, I invite you to do that. Thank you. We rise and join together for the Kaddish Yatom, the Mourner's Kaddish, on page 78. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uchayed zechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala ubizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitzadar v'yitzaleh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata za'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace bring peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved here and everywhere, to which we say amen. I invite you to be seated. I know that the cardinal rule in the Siddur is not to go backward, but we're going to end our service this evening with Olam Chesed Yibaneh, which you will find in the middle of page 75. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai, yadadai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai. I will build this world from love, yadadai, yadadai. And you will build this world from love. Yadadai, yadadai. And if we build this world from love, yadadai, yadadai, then God will build this world from love. Yadadai, yadadai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai. Olam Chesed Yibaneh, yadadai, yadadai. This is cute. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Hi, everybody. Whew. Well, this is adorable. As you know, the first and second grade works on our challah covers, and this is a Rosa Parks challah cover. And you know, earlier this year, Rosa Parks came and spoke in this very sanctuary. This is so cute. What a cute one. We should take a picture and send it to Anne. I bet she'd love to, Anne Clements, our historian, who is Rosa Parks, I bet she'd love to see it. Oh my, I can't. Really, it's the little hat, I think. Oh, so, and the little purse, very cute. Oh man, what a good one. I mean, all of them are so good, Jan. The Hamantashen with the tongue out is really still my favorite. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everybody. May it be a Shabbat of hope and a Shabbat of peace. Thank you for joining us if you are online. Thanks for everybody for being here. Shabbat shalom. Oh, Lily did a challah. It smells great, Lily. I was standing up there smelling it the whole time, like, the smell of gluten. Delish. I bet it's incredible. Yeah, great.